sir?
Yes, sir.
All right, so this is a case of State of Georgia versus Clifton Bernadine. And he has one charge that is a misdemeanor charge. And I'm not going to state what the charge is. And there appears to be an issue that we're going to have to resolve as it relates to bond in your case. Ms. Ponder, are you still there?
Your Honor, I'm just reviewing some information so that the state can make their argument to what I'm asking the court for a high bond, Your Honor. I'm just reviewing some information.
Okay. Mr. Patterson, you are the person that has requested the court to consider bond. You indicated you were going to waive preliminary hearing, so this would be your motion. So I'll let you have the floor, sir.
Yes, Your Honor. My client, he's actually from Miami, but he also has relatives and a residence here in Tyrone, Georgia. He's actually a truck driver, over-the-road truck driver. I have his mother and his brother on the Zoom link. But Your Honor, in my 16 years as a judge and 29 years as a lawyer, I've never seen a man denied bond on a misdemeanor unless it was a probation violation or something like that. We believe that because of this unlawful restraint, we believe that the appropriate remedy would be a signature bond in this case, and a signature bond in the amount of $2,500.
Okay. Miss Ponder.
Your Honor, as the court is aware, he is entitled to a bond based on the actual charges. However, if the court is aware exactly what charges that Mr. Bernadine is charged of, so the severity of that particular charge, Your Honor, not only that the state will be asking for a high enough bond to ensure that Mr. Bernadine will come back. It appears that Mr. Bernadine is not a resident of the state of Georgia. He is actually a resident in, we have the city of Miami, Florida. He has no ties, my understanding, in the Atlanta or Clayton County area. He has no ties to this community. He also has an extensive criminal history, Your Honor. And although, as defense counsel stated, he is entitled to bond, as of recently, he was a convicted felon for robbery. And also, out of the state of Florida, he has no history in Georgia. However, he does appear to have history in the state of Florida. He has no ties to our community in the Clayton County area. He is from Miami, Florida. He is a truck driver, Your Honor, based on the charges that is presented to the court and the information based on review of the police report, and also information after speaking with the victim. The state will be asking for the court to place a high bond to ensure that Mr. Bernadine will appear back in court.
Okay, I don't have the warrantless arrest affidavit before me, so I don't know the allegations that are involved in this case. I just know the charge. Can someone please fill me in as to the allegations?
Yes, Your Honor. He's actually, I'm sorry, go right ahead.
You can go ahead, Mr. Patterson. I'll just follow up if there's anything missing.
Your Honor, it's my understanding that he met a young lady online, met with the young lady, and the young lady was apparently, I would call, mentally ill, and she freaked out on him. And then she ran out of a place, called the police, and my client was like, "Hey, what's wrong with you?" She calls the police come, and after a conversation, they made the assumption that he was trying to solicit sex from this young lady, when in fact, this young lady was mentally ill and just showed out on my client. And that's how my client got arrested.
Okay, Your Honor, just to give the court some background of the police report, essentially what took place, Your Honor, as defense counsel indicated, Mr. Bernadine is a truck driver. They were actually at a gas station in which this incident occurred. He met a young lady, which is a victim on this case, in which he had actually met up with her on a dating app. When he met with her, he offered her some money for her sex. When she didn't want to provide those sexual encounters, my understanding based on the police report, the defendant then grabbed and pulled her in the direction where his penis was located, is actually what the incident said. There was an altercation that occurred in which I believe the victim felt for her safety. The dating app is www.alligatorbooty.com, where the victim indicated where she met the actual defendant in this case. That is the allegations based on the police report, Your Honor.
Okay. This is what I'm going to do. He is guaranteed a right to bond. And I think based upon what you said, Ms. Ponder, he's been in custody since October 26th. Is that correct?
Have one moment, Your Honor.
Or 25th?
Yes, Your Honor. So he's been in custody since October the 25th of this year.
And it looks like he may have gone to first appearance on the 26th, which is a Tuesday. And I'm not the person that would have been there for that hearing, so I don't have that information. What I am going to do is this. I'm going to grant Mr. Bernadine a bond of $5,000 that can be met by cash, commercial, or property. I'm going to place a stay away provision on the bond to stay away from the alleged victim. I don't have the information before me in order to craft that. I think I can go into the system and pull something out. But I'm sorry, from CPU 8 that I may be able to see the original bond order from the 26th.
I'll get that, Judge.
Okay. Thank you, Ms. Wesley. So is there anything else, Mr. Patterson?
No, Judge. It's a pleasure to be before this honorable court, and I look forward to seeing you soon.
Thank you, sir. Have a good day.
Thank you.
Okay. Is there anyone that needs to speak to Ms. Ponder now?
Your Honor, I believe I probably need to before I speak with Mr. Balderslar.
Okay. So Ms. Ponder, I'm going to place you and Ms. Gross in breakout room 1, and Mr. Glaze and Mr. Lynch, I'm going to place you in breakout room number 2. So, Ms. Ponder, what is your preference as it relates to the officers that have logged in? I don't know how long any of this stuff is going to take. I'm perfectly happy with them logging off and logging back in as we are going through the cases that are going to have hearings, but they're your witnesses, so I'm not going to interfere with your preference.
Your Honor, I would just have the officers stay online. I'm not really sure what order the court would like to go in. I don't want it to have any type of delay, whether or not we have to contact officers or the ones who are not present, and then if they call off and they were unable to contact them. But once I have an update on how we'll go through the proceedings, I'll be able to inform the court on whether or not our witnesses can be excused for that purpose, so they're not sitting on the call.
Okay, that's fine. And just so you know, the way that I move things along, I allow the parties, the lawyers, to tell me what they're ready for or need to deal with, so that I believe, just in my experience, that's a smoother way of doing things than for me to call one person or another and someone's not ready. So as we move through this proceeding, I'm gonna let the parties tell me which cases they're ready to go on, and we can deal with those cases. All right,
Thank
so
you.
let's see. All right, I'm about to place you and Miss Gross in breakout room 1. For breakout room 2, it's going to be the jail and Mr. Glaze and Mr. Lloyd. I'm sorry, Mr. Lynch. Is there anyone else that needs to go in with you, Mr. Glaze, and Mr. Lynch with the jail?
Not until I finish with Ms. Ponder.
Okay. Once you finish with Ponder, let me know, Ms. Gross, and I'll move you over to the jail breakout room.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay. And I'll be here. Just I'm gonna turn my camera off, but I'll be here.